Hey everybody, guess where we're at? We are at Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, and we are getting ready to go wild. John Weeks is with me with Weeks Paranormal. Go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. I'm excited. You excited?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Alright, we'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace.
Tax, blooper. There's greedy politicians, there's crooked politicians, and then there's Byron Looper, a man who actually changed his middle name to Low Tax, yes, with the parentheses, all in a bid for power. Byron Anthony Looper was born an hour west of here in Cookeville, but raised in Georgia where his daddy was a school superintendent. Things started well enough for Byron. He attended the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, but didn't finish after receiving an honorable discharge for a bad knee injury after being thrown from a horse. He moved back to Georgia to finish school, worked for the state legislature and even ran for the Georgia House of Representatives, but he lost in the primaries. In 1992 he moved back to Tennessee to try his political luck here. And here's where things go squirrely for Byron. After losing an election to serve in the Tennessee House, he changed his name to Byron, Low Tax Blooper, promising to expose corruption, to be fair, and, well, we've heard all that before. In 1996, Byron ran for property assessor in Putnam County where he was born. He didn't participate in debates or anything like that, he just ran negative campaign ads. He won the election. Now, what started as merely strange was about to turn very dark, friends. A week after taking office, Byron called a press conference to announce he'd discovered $100 million worth of property taxes that hadn't been paid. But before the reverberations from that headline had reached the farthest corners of Putnam County, from Hanging Limb to Muddy Pond, the county commission, to which Byron reported, responded that $100 million was the normal backlog for property taxes at this time of year. They also suggested that Byron should just do his job and stop holding press conferences. After further checking, Byron held a press conference to announce they were right. Then he left town, for Puerto Rico. While using his office to punish or bribe his enemies, Looper managed to win a primary to face extremely long odds against Tommy Burks, a popular incumbent state senator. In October of '98, with the TBI breathing down his neck over corruption charges and seeing no chance to win a fair election, Looper drove to Burks' farm and shot his opponent in the head. Looper was arrested, convicted, and arrived at Brushy. His first night here, Low Tax refused to scrub pans in the kitchen. That earned him an extra month of scrubbing. They moved him to the Morgan County Correctional Complex after Brushy closed, and he died there in 2013. Officially, the cause of death was a problem with his heart. He was 48 years old. Paul Dennis Reed. Brushy saw its share of evil men in the 113 years it operated, and Paul Dennis Reed was as evil as any of them. Reed was 20 years old when he was convicted of armed robbery and sentenced to 20 years in Texas. After serving 7 years, Reed was paroled, and he set his sights on Nashville with dreams of becoming a country music star. He ended up washing dishes at Shoney's, where he was fired for throwing a plate at another employee. The day after losing his job, this was February of '97, Reed went to a Captain D's that was down the road from his old job. He forced a 16-year-old employee and her 25-year-old manager into the cooler. He shot them to death and stole money from the register. The next month, he killed 3 more at a McDonald's 3 miles from the Captain D's. The month after that, he drove an hour up the road from Nashville to Clarksville, where he kidnapped and cut the throats of a 21-year-old and a 16-year-old that worked at Baskin-Robbins. He left their bodies in Dunbar Cave, a popular state park. The fast food killer, they always slap names on them, don't they, was convicted of all 7 murders, and given 7 death sentences, the most ever handed down in a single case in Tennessee. He ended up at Brushy, moved to Morgan County Correctional Complex when Brushy closed, and died in 2013 from pneumonia. The salvation of a humble few. Make no mistake, friend, Brushy has a darkness about it. You'll recognize that as soon as you step inside and breathe this air. But you need to know that it wasn't all darkness. Back in '82, where the old segregated bathhouse once stood, they built the Brushy Chapel. They say more than 1,000 inmates were baptized. Sure, Some of it was that jailhouse religion, act right and get out early, but some of it was real.
You know, just back and forth. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, let me see, who raised his hand?
Me.
You, and then I'll come to you. You come on in. Stay here. You'll be next. And if you don't mind coming up against the wall over here.
John
and you guys can
volunteered.
come out just a little bit. There we go. So she's got the camera. Melissa, you come on the side of her. And then, okay. I'm going to be in front of you, okay? So what we're going to ask him to do is, while you guys are rocking back and forth and just kind of creating a little momentum, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and just let your arms hang down. And we're going to ask all of the spirits here at Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. What's your name?
John.
You are going to show John your yes. So you're going to close your eyes. And whichever way you feel your body going, let it go, because Melissa and I will catch you, okay? So use John's body, spirits, to show us your yes. Okay, so forward means yes. Okay, spirits. Now we want you to take John's body and move him in the direction of no. Okay? This is no, this is yes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start with you, and we're going to go around, and we're going to ask yes or no questions. Okay? If anybody sees anything wandering around, if anybody feels some way, say it, even if we're in the middle of a session. Very, very important. Okay, so you're going to keep your eyes closed. If you feel any point sick, nauseous, if they're showing you their death state and you don't want to stop, you just say the word. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. So go ahead with the yes or no question. Are you at evil spirit? Yes. Okay. Go ahead with your question.
What year did you die?
It has to be yes or no.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know. You go, sir. Did you die here?
No. That's odd.
Did you enjoy your time here?
Ask it one more. Oh, no. Okay.
Is there more than one spirit in here?
Yes.
Were you guilty of the crime you were accused of committing?
Good question. Yes.
Were you a prisoner in the hole?
Yes.
You trapped here.
Yes.
Are you still here in Charlie?
Yes. Wait, hold on.
Did you enjoy committing the crime that you were here for?
No. Okay.
Are you afraid to pass on?
Yes.
Were you married and had to leave your wife?
No.
Was that very hot in here?
Yes.
Are there others with you?
Yes. That's an interesting question.
Did you commit other crimes that you didn't get sentenced for?
Yes.
Did you hurt anybody in your crime?
Yes. That was a very strong yes.
Did you hurt anybody while you were here in the prison?
No.
Was you murdered here?
No.
Were you an original inmate here?
Yes.
Did you work in the Walmart?
No.
Are you sorry for your crimes?
Yes. Okay.
How do you feel?
Well, I felt like something was, instead of pushing me, pulling me towards you.
Really?
And,
Really?
yeah.
That was interesting, isn't it? This is a real controversial thing here because some people are like, oh, this is a bunch of garbage. This isn't real, this isn't true. But when you wind up in a circle, it's weird. How does your body feel?
Well, I've never been pulled before, but I've been pushed plenty of times.
Yeah. So you know that's what it was, huh? All right, you're good. Thank you so much. Now you, young lady, are next. And we're gonna do this a few times. Because we're gonna do 30 minutes in here, and then we're gonna go to D block, do something in D block, and then we'll start the individual, because then we're gonna split up into smaller groups. What's your name? Madison, okay. So you saw what happened, so just put your arms up to the side, and you're gonna just let everything out. Calls to you. So find a cell that calls you. This is D block. So this is the nasty of the nasty people. These are the people that they would put the rest of prison on lockdown when it was time for them to go outside. They were that bad. Yay. Yeah.
I'm so happy we started with this one
Yay.
Yay.
We're gonna try an experiment. It's just gonna be with SB7 balls.
Ooh, I love.
Yeah.
Yellow group. Yeah, this is red over here.
You don't believe that we're here for you, do you?
Ask that one more time.
Okay, ask a question.
Is this a game for you?
Got the right answer. What did she ask? What did she ask? You attached to someone and they started laughing. Okay, my question, what was your guys?
Tell us your name and we're gonna leave.
Tell us your name and we're gonna leave.
Something's been talking to me.
Melissa.
I felt like it was beside me.
Did it touch you?
No, it ain't touched me. But I felt it when it sat on.
Did someone over here close the door?
The man.
Yeah.
I could feel the metal give.
Tell us what
Yeah, but ever since I come in here, I've been up there.
Well, I have to come back here.
I feel the idea like it's whispered. Like it's been whispered in my ear.
Okay. Well, I have to come back here. Come on.
Hey,
Oh, I see how they're gonna play tonight.
Hi, is the girl whose uncle was in prison, are you on my side?
I am.
Okay, come here. Turn on the top way.
It clicks up here, but I don't see
Head
it.
right here. I'm gonna send someone to switch out. Y'all say you know this now?
I put a cigarette in there for him. So
We need to get you on the bathroom box.
Tell me to sell your hand.
Last time we did that.
We just got a direct response on the other side. He said, "Can you touch me?" And it said, "Where?" Because we thought we were talking, it was talking about the prison cell, and he said, "On the arm."
A woman, on man, like a woman voice.
Really?
Yes, I couldn't understand like the words, but like a woman's voice. I answered a
You gotta
lot.
stay right here, we're gonna do this one more time.
Hey, I wanted to let you know, he was sitting at in the last cell,
Yeah.
and someone touched him on the arm.
Who, you?
No, well, no, I felt it sitting on the bed beside me. And he's been talking to me the whole time I've been in there whispering in my ear.
Yeah.
That is, I know, I smell like a flower perfume, yeah. And she said she heard a woman, the voice, there was a clear woman coming through. What was your name? Deontay's girl.
Oh, Alexis?
Alexis, yes.
She's ready whenever.
Okay, all right, we're gonna go complete lights out. You guys ready?
Okay, 'cause the last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, got it.
A modern building with solid doors, electronic locks, and fire prevention systems. The kind of place you'd expect. D Block became a minimum security section, so maybe that was a kind of redemption, too. Brushy didn't suddenly become a nice place to spend time in the 80s and 90s. Far from it, but there was hope here, too. Good people doing good work, and bad people trying to be good. Geronimo. One day back in the early 70s, a young deer fell off of the cliff into the yard here at Brushy. The inmates decided to keep the deer as a sort of pet, and named the deer Geronimo on account of how it came to be in the prison. Geronimo was tamed and liked to chew on unlit cigarettes. When labor disputes shut down Brushy from 72 to 75, the inmates were moved to Nashville, but Geronimo stayed behind with its future uncertain. The inmates voted to move Geronimo to Nashville's prison. The state paid to move the deer to Nashville with its friends, but Geronimo had trouble adjusting to life away from Brushy Mountain. The Nashville warden said the deer threw temper tantrums. One inmate's face was nicked by the deer and required stitches. When the prisoner was taken to the hospital for medical attention, he briefly escaped. Geronimo's days behind bars ended when the animal broke its leg and the limb had to be amputated. Newspaper reports don't specify where the deer spent the rest of its life, but Geronimo still lives on in the hearts of inmates and guards who cared for it. A new beginning. Now there are a few ways to think about this prison a decade after it closed. On the one hand, you can thank a couple of sharp entrepreneurs from Chattanooga for seeing an opportunity to bring a good business and good jobs back to this amazing place. The Brushy Mountain Group came together in 2013 and they've been working here ever since. But they couldn't have done it without the help of Morgan County, its leaders and citizens, all of them determined to honor the past and build a future big enough to share. The tours, the distillery, the concerts, the good times you're having here, let me tell you, it wasn't easy. But it came to be in the best way, from good people working together. Brushy ate Tennessee's sins for 113 years. It bore witness to terrible sadness and awful violence. It provided hard lessons and good jobs. More than anything, it created a legend and a legacy that will echo across this country and its history. Come visit us and enjoy your time here, friend.
They still out there?
They are. They shouldn't be doing that. There's no way, it's concrete. It's concrete.
So did anyone see anything?
No, you served us with your activity though. I think you served.
I didn't even say you.
I do.
Did you not like me walking around?
There's a cold breeze on
Yeah, I feel it, yeah.
You can go closer to those ladies if you'd like to. If you turn on that flashlight, you just turn it off. I'll have pretty feet and I'll come down to you.
There it is. Thank you.
Can you turn it off now and I'll send the lady away. You gotta turn it all the way off for me, though, please. Use all the energy in the room. She'll walk there in the dark, it's okay. Can you turn it all the way off?
Thank you.
Cindy,
Thank you.
can you go up there? Just watch out for the flashlight. I got Cindy coming, she won't touch the flashlight, she's on her way right now. There you go. You make good on our promises because we believe in you.
Do you want to touch my hand? Thank you.
Are you the permission to touch your hands?
Yes. Do you want me to stay here with you? Turn the flashlight on if you do.
Is there more than one spirit here? Can you turn that on? Is it just you?
Did you get touched, Cindy?
No. But it's cold over here.
If you turn that flashlight back on for us, I'll have a man go to the other door. Would you like that? Turn that flashlight on if you want a man standing at the other door. You want a woman standing at the other door? I think the baby comes in here.
Would you like hanging out in that back corner?
Yes, they do.
Thank you.
Turn it all the way off. Thank you very much. Now I need you to turn it all the way off. Use the energy in the room. You can do it. All the way off, please. We're on the flashlight to see. That was something good. Yes. Okay.
Is that your favorite spot in the cafeteria?
Do you feel safer in that corner?
Turn that flashlight on and you feel safer in that.
Do you prefer to stand here on this side of the room?
I heard no. I heard no. Yes.
I saw something just move real fast across there.
That's interesting that you're saying that because I saw something in front of your red light.
And it was short.
And it just right in front of your red light.
Very fast, yes.
Are you moving around the room?
What was that? Did you hear that? Came from back there.
Come on, you could just right across or cough or something. I heard that. Did you hear that sound? It was like, are you okay back there, buddy? You can move if you want to. You don't have to stay back there. You want me to come up there?
Can you show us you're still here by turning on the flashlight? There it goes. Thank you.
Are you trying?
That's what I'm
Somebody's talking.
Can you turn the flashlight off, please?
Standing to the right of the light.
Thank you. Did you see someone get killed over there? Did you see someone get killed over there?
John. Hey, y'all. We are still here at the Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary.
Yeah, Brushy Mountain.
And we're almost done with our tour. I can't wait until we're on our own.
I've already had something whispering in my ear.
Yeah. I've had somebody standing beside me and said Cindy. So I can't wait for y'all to see the rest of the video. Peace. We love you. Prayers, please.